Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Brandon. I make reaction content here on YouTube and on Patreon. This is my music reaction channel. I also have a TV and film reaction channel, and a place where I do video game let's plays when I just want to sit around and have some fun, relax, and hang out with you guys. For all of my links to my Patreon, the Discord, where you can jump the line with my PayPal, and all my social medias are in the link down below. You'll find allmylinks.com/that's not acting. A little hyperlink in the description. You can click on that and you can have access to pretty much everything. All my channels, all that stuff is there for you. Today we're looking at Chinchilla. I got a couple of requests for this one on my recent videos. This is new. It's live. I don't know if it's 1/5, 1/5, or 1/5. It's 1:5, whatever the implication of that is. So I'm excited to jump into it. You know, I love Chinchilla, the queen herself. Just like the queen of everything, drama, power. There's very little about this woman that you could critique in front of me and not have me just like go off about how you're wrong. So I'm excited to see what she has for us today. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking at the thumbnail or the first frame. Already I can tell that she's got a really interesting hat on. Don't know exactly what it looks like, but I have an idea. She's gorgeous. Those big blue eyes are just right there in frame. So I'm excited to jump in. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. You know how the things work. You've been here. Help share the channel around. Help it rise up in the ranks in the algorithm to get it out to more people. Yeah, all that being said, let's just jump into this and enjoy whatever it is that Chinchilla has in store for us today. And I honestly could not guess. I'm always surprised with her. So without further ado, this is Chinchilla 1:5 live.
I wish that I could say I can only deal with so much rejection, but that implies I'm gonna leave and I'm too weak, yeah, I'm too weak now. I'm hopelessly addicted to the breadcrumbs of your affection.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. No, no, I'm not ready. I'm not, no. Okay, let's start over. Why? No. Like, why is she reading from the pages of the book of my life right now? I don't, guys, if you only knew. I have nothing to say. It's like 15 seconds. Come on. I can do this. Oh, this is going to hurt me. This is going to hurt.
I wish that I could say I can only deal with so much rejection.
Okay, really quickly, I'll start it over. Can I just say I love that the first thing we hear, like, it's complete silence, and the first thing we hear is her breath. I don't think that's an accident. I think that's brilliant.
I wish that I could say I can only deal with so much rejection, but that implies I'm gonna leave and I'm too weak, yeah, I'm too weak now. I'm hopelessly addicted to the breadcrumbs of your affection. When you send one less kiss than me, it's all I read, it's all I read now. I say I love you, but you only reply 1 out of 5 times. Like I love you, but I hate you, it's such a fucking fine line. Are you doing it to spite me? Oh, couldn't you say it a little more? Do you really only love sometimes? At a ratio of 1 to 5 is the person I've been fighting for, emotionally unavailable. What have we been so divided by? Love me once, I love you back 5 times.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. I had to turn the hat around. So, oh, man. Okay, so anybody who knows Chinchilla knows that one of the more impressive things about her is her ability to live and express uh, the content of the lyrics emotionally and to draw in an audience. Something that I noticed about the music video so far is that they've done something very intentional and very specific, and they've come in on an incredibly close frame, and they've just slowly zoomed out up to this point. The only thing we've seen as the audience is her face, and very close up, nothing else. Nothing else going on, nothing else to distract, nothing else to tell the story. It's all just been her face. That is a technique that is incredibly effective, but it also puts an incredible amount of responsibility on the person that you're filming, on the performer, because there is nothing else. There's nothing else to lead the audience. There's no cuts, there's no angles, there's no motion, there's no other people or props or imagery to evoke emotion from an audience. So all you have is the performer's face. That's it. And in order for that to work, you need a performer who can carry that load. And there are several performers out there. There's several singers out there who can do it. There's a lot of actors out there who can do it. But it's not easy. And it really speaks to Chinchilla's ability to communicate and to communicate effectively. And it speaks to her stage presence. It speaks to her chemistry, to her commitment, and how dedicated and how locked in, zoned in she is to her performances. You can't fake anything with this kind of technique. You can't phone anything in, even for just a few moments between lyrics. If she drops out of it, if she drops the ball, if she lets it go, it will irrevocably damage the impact that it has on the audience, probably for the rest of the performance. And it should go without saying that she absolutely nailed that first section. It was so good. She was so locked in and connected and intentional and authentic. Authentic is a very key word there. I'm incredibly impressed. I already knew that she had this ability. I've seen it in other situations, in other videos, other performances, time and time again with her. But to see it in this way, was just really, it was just lovely to experience. It was nice to see that kind of, I want to use the word isolation from the performer, from Chinchilla. Just us and her, me and her at the moment, just me, the viewer, and her, the performer, telling the story directly to me, with nothing else to distract. It was really beautiful. I think she absolutely nailed it. And even in this frame that I've got it paused on, her emotional state, her mindset is plain and convincing, authentic. Again, I will use that word probably multiple times in this reaction. I'm just in awe of that. Now, as far as the content of the song, I mean, she ain't got to go right inside like that. She didn't have to like stab me right in the heart. Now, I'll get more into it later. I don't want to say pause for too long. I know some of you get upset when I do that, but just the emotional base for the situation that she's describing can be applicable to several different situations. And I think that pretty much anybody can relate to that feeling, even if the lyrics aren't specifically describing a scenario that you've experienced or that I've experienced one to one, to not to pun on the name of the song, which by the way is 1 to 5. Great. But even if the experiences don't relate 1-to-1 with your experience or my experience, that sensation, that emotion, that emotional floor that she's springing off of is incredibly relatable. And I think that she's doing a really good job of allowing us to feel that, me at least, and relate it to whatever it is that I've gone through and the situations and the relationships that are popping up in my mind that have made me feel that way. And I'll talk more about that later, potentially, if the video calls for it. But I'll stop there. But I'm really impressed. I'm really happy with it. So I had to turn down the lights just a little bit for this one.
Like 5 times. I don't know how to keep to my own bare minimum boundaries. I hope you never see the truth that I would move no more for you. So I cling onto the secret while you dance in circles around me. We both know I won't make you choose in case you do, in case I lose now. I say I love you, but you only reply 1 out of 5 times. Like I love you, but I hate you, it's such a fucking fine line. Are you doing it to spite me? Oh, couldn't you say it a little more? Do you really only love sometimes? At a ratio of 1 to 5 is the person I've been fighting for, emotionally unavailable. What have we been so divided by? Love me once, I love you back 5 times.
Okay. So yeah, I think that what I've been talking about has been illustrated again. They've pulled away. Obviously, they're in a very wide frame here, but everything is so stark and plain. And I get it that you're communicating a sense of emptiness, a sense of isolation, and loneliness, being in something alone. And it's even worse to be in something with someone alone. The backup singers and the pianists, their faces are covered, but with the white cloth. The sense to me is that it's not like they're you could have put them in anything, cover their faces or whatever, and there might have been different intentions depending on what you decided to use as masks or clothing. But because they're all in white, the sense that I get is that they're meant to just blend into the background. They're meant to not be there. She's meant to be alone. I don't know the significance of the branches. I think it looks really cool, and the rest of the outfit. She looks great, but just her performance, just being in that center space, being in that sort of emptiness, and crying out into that void. This plea, the idea of I'll wait till the end to give any more of my thoughts about the content of the song, I think, but it's really beautiful. And I think that what's really cool about the frame that I'm looking at right now is that while everything is white and they pulled back the camera, she's completely shadowed at the moment. And that was happening as it was pulling back. The light that was catching her, whether she's just moving forward out of it, they adjusted the light so that she just sort of blended down into or faded into shadow, which is another really powerful visual metaphor that really fits with the theme of the song, with the lyrics. I'm going to go back just a little bit and get into that spot where we just stopped. I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I feel like everything that I'm seeing kind of supports the position that I was in a moment ago. There's still the background singers barely moving and moving in unison, just slowly lowering their microphones there toward the end. The pianist, aside from his hands, is motionless. She's carrying the entire video. The imagery does evoke that sense again of sort of being in a void, being isolated, not having any support, not having that. But at the end of the day, it's still just her, and she's still having to carry it. Um, with her body language and with the intensity of her voice, her facial expressions, she's having to perform it all. Just a quick note too, but right before that verse, right before she actually came back in, when the camera came back up on her, she was sitting there with her eyes closed, and that moment of silence again, and that look on her face, so completely dialed in, zoned in, didn't drop for a second, which you never should, by the way, as a performer. Until the moment's actually over, even after the last note has been played, you should hold on to that characterization for at least a couple of beats instead of just dropping right out of it really quickly. She's doing just an incredible job being totally immersed in this message, in this theme, in this song, in this moment. And I'm doing a good job not getting too emotional. I think I'm handling it okay. Of course, I'm being a little overly analytical to kind of protect myself from that, but we'll see if I can hold it together for this last verse.
You beg 5 times.
Back to black.
So say I, say I, say I, say I, say I love you. So say I, say I, say I, say I, say I love you. So say I, say I, say I, say I, say I love you. Do you really only love sometimes? Oh. So say I, say I, say I, say I, say I, say I love you. Say I love you. Oh. Say I, say I,
It's like blinking.
love you. Do you really only love sometimes? Sometimes I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So say I, say I, say I, say I, say I love you. Do you really only love sometimes?
Oh, the strings. Okay, I have a lot to say about that, but I want to hear this again. I want to hear this again.
Do you really only love sometimes? Sometimes I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So say I, say I, say I, say I love you. Do you really only love sometimes?
Okay, hold on. So there was one moment, there's one very specific moment that I'm going to go back to again. I hope you guys don't mind. I don't think you will, but I'm going to go back one more time. I'm going to pause on it and try to point it out. But those big notes were great. Like we hear big notes like that, you know, super high or whatever, really powerful, and everyone say, "Oh, it's all impressive." And yeah, sure, sure, it is. It's really impressive vocally, musically. It's really impressive. But I'm not a singer. I'm not a vocal coach. I'm very impressed by it, sure, but I'm much more impressed by what it means. She's not, and I've not ever heard her do this. She's not singing those high notes to show off her voice. She's not singing those high notes because that's what the song demands. And if you're going to have a hit, or you're going to have, like, if you're going to be popular with your audience, you gotta wow them somehow vocally. That's not why she's doing it. Some singers do it for that reason, and there's nothing wrong with either of those reasons. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with doing that because you can, or because that's what the producer wants you to do, or because that's just how the song was arranged. But that's not what we're seeing here. What we're seeing here is someone making choices vocally, musically, because it communicates a specific feeling, because it communicates a certain point in the story. This is the climax. And she's narratively, what I feel like, what I see is that at that point in the song, she can't deny it anymore. She's still fighting it, but internally she's hit a point where it's become so plain to her that this person doesn't love her the way that she loves them. It's become so obvious and so in her face that she's about to break down and lose it. And she's now pleading, not just with this person, to say that you love me. She's screaming it because she doesn't want to leave them. She doesn't want them to leave her. She doesn't want for it to be over. She doesn't want it to be true that they don't love her like she loves them. She doesn't want that to be true. And the more real that fact, that reality becomes, the harder she's pressing against it. The harder inside of herself, she's denying it. She's trying to rationalize it. She's trying to convince herself or someone else that it's not true. The more it feels like, the more the reality that is slipping away, that relationship, that person, or maybe the more the reality seeps in that they were never really there to begin with, the harder she's fighting against it. And that's what's happening in that moment. And it's so pained and beautiful, and breaks my heart that the next words out of her mouth are, "I'm sorry." Because somewhere in her mind, it's her fault that this person doesn't love her. And don't we all do that to ourselves? Don't we? Again, I'm just speaking narratively, like from a storytelling standpoint. That's what's happening here, in my opinion. And Chinchilla she just nails it. She just nails it. I don't know any other, there's nothing more I can say than that. She's just absolutely like right in the bullseye with this performance. I'm gonna go back because I want to try to catch that moment that I'm talking about on her face. If I can catch it, and I want to show it to you guys, and then we'll let it play through to the end, and we'll talk about the strings and the sort of crescendo, and then the way that they sounded so menacing. They were very dissonant. They were very almost just off key. They sounded like something you would hear in a horror film or in like a psychological thriller, because this is the point where it's falling apart at the end of the song. I don't think this gets better. I don't think that the person says, "I love you too." And the really cool thing is the way it's being filmed, how it keeps going to black. It's giving me the sense that someone's blinking, that we're looking at this scene through the person's eyes, whom she's speaking to, like through the person she's speaking through's eyes. And started in really close, and then we backed off, and then we came in close again, and now we're backing off quickly. We're moving away very quickly, and the strings really hit that dissonant, disjointed chord. And as our viewpoint, as our perspective, our point of view character backs away, and I think leaves. I think that's what that is. It's incredibly cool camera work, and it really adds another layer to the storytelling of the video. So just keep that in mind, that we're looking through the eyes of the person that she's speaking to. I would really like a chance to go back and look at when they zoom in and when they zoom out at what she's saying, because my impression would be that whenever she's feeling uncertain and seems a little more in denial, they would come closer. But then as she starts pleading and begging for things that they're not willing to give, whoever this person is that we're seeing this scene through, whenever she starts begging and pleading for things that they're not willing to give or they don't feel, they back off, they pull away until they leave, until the end when they actually leave. They kind of just rush backward and they're gone. It's so powerful. Okay, let's go back and hear this one more time. Wait, not yet.
Say I love you. Do you really only love sometimes? Sometimes I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
There it was right there. Hold on. I'm gonna catch it. Nope, a little further. I missed it. It's right there. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. Well, that expression says it all, actually. Right there. Okay, so what I'm seeing here that I'm really excited about, that I'm trying so hard to catch, and this isn't perfect, but you'll see it in just a second again when she starts singing. She's got all this grief, so much tension here, but whenever she breathes out, whenever she breathes in between these lyrics, right here, her shoulders drop, her hands fall to her side, her face relaxes, not in a I'm comfortable way, but in a exasperated, like I've just picked up this thing that I can barely lift, and I've been holding it, and I just dropped it. Right, that sort of like a release, not in a positive way, out of exhaustion. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit, but watch. She has this really intense when she's saying "I'm sorry." This really intense, but also muscularly tense expression. But then when she takes this breath, everything just sort of drops. It's so good, so real, authentic. So just take a look.
I'm sorry.
So good.
Say I love you. Do you really only love sometimes?
And then we pull away. And he's left her alone. So I wasn't entirely spot on with the times they push in and pull back. That would have been really hard to pull off from a directorial standpoint with the lyrics, but I think that last sort of retreat was really important. And it did, whether it was specifically with the lyrics the way I said or not, I still think that it gives the impression that this person is coming in close and then pulling away, and then coming in close and then pulling away. I still think we were looking through their eyes. We were from their POV. And I think that's what the blacking out was. I think they were blinking. Or that's what it was meant to imply. And those strings at the end leave you with such an unsettled, uncomfortable feeling. And that's certainly not by accident. This was gorgeous. This was absolutely beautiful. This was Chinchilla, 1 to 5. I never would have been able to guess that that's what that title was going to lead to. I think that this was really, really special. I think Chinchilla is a very special artist, and I think that this particular song is incredibly relatable and powerful. And I'm really, really happy that I got a chance to see it, and I'm happy that I got a chance to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed something in my rambling, in my ranting. I hope you found something of value in it. I always find something really special to talk about in reactions to Chinchilla and her music. I think that she is just a remarkable artist with so much to say, and such a wonderful ability to take really complex emotional messages and deliver them in a very unique and powerful way. So I'm glad I got to watch it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. And please remember, as always, to be kind to each other, and most importantly, to be kind to yourself.